Universal Confusion Podcast number 1. I guess technically number 1.5,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We recorded one. Audio was an issue, so we decided to scrap that episode. So this is officially episode number 1. And we're here with Justin Luebeck.
Why are we clapping?
I thought that's what you do when you have a guest. You clap for them. There's no
Well,
audience.
everyone I meet, I try to give the clap.
We know.
That makes sense. Justin, he is a drummer. I guess technically now a mechanic, not necessarily by
Good one.
will. But that's what he is. You've done some tours with your band.
Yes.
You want to state the name of the band, or would you like to keep that out?
It is the Mendenhall Experiment.
That's right. So go check them out.
You guys should know from King.
I'm sorry, did you say Mendenhall Experience?
The Mendenhall Experiment. No, the Mendenhall. No, wait.
As
no.
you can see, he's a drummer.
He's
The Mendenhall Experiment.
definitely a drummer.
Yes.
Which is
Oh,
really
dude,
cool.
Everybody says it's so different. It's pretty funny.
But I mean, you guys have done some tours, all over the place,
Yeah.
right? I mean, a lot of the U.S. anyway. Not all over the place, but
Fair amount.
And actually, you just moved back from California,
Correct.
Riverside, California. Which I mean, if we're just being honest, it's L.A.
Well, it's outside.
Is it like saying
It's like we are to Chicago.
Okay.
So we're in Chicago.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or not.
Yeah.
Because that's not
Yeah.
Chicago.
You say like it's LA area, but yeah, no, it's like
Fair enough. How far from
Close.
L.A. is it?
about an hour and a half.
Okay, so it is pretty damn close to this, maybe even a little farther away. Well, with
no.
L.A. traffic, you
No,
say.
it's like 40 miles or something like that.
Okay, so it's
45
actually a
miles.
little closer than this.
But,
but
So
it takes
basically,
twice as long.
Kankakee, California, is what you're saying.
Kankakee, California.
That's what I'm
You
hearing.
kind of
Yeah.
feel,
Yeah.
like that's what you're saying.
Yep. No. That's,
Yeah. Riverside's actually they got some pretty cool. They got an awesome little downtown area and stuff. Dude, tons of food out there, but it closes at like 8 o'clock.
That's cool.
I don't get it.
It closes at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
I think
like
that-
on the like
what-
weeknights
what,
and stuff.
What
Dude,
closes?
it's
Like the
packed.
town
Like
closes?
the
like
rest,
there's
all the
no one's in
restaurants
or
in the
out
downtown area. Just
That's what it
everything's
sounds
like 8 o'clock. It's like
on weeknights?
yeah. At Fridays they're open late. They had the donut bar that was like I
The
think open for like
donut bar.
24 hours. Dude, that was awesome.
Did they serve alcohol
Dude.
and donuts?
Yes.
Really?
Awesome.
Like and dude, their donuts are like massive.
That's cool. Are you
They're
drunk? Is
so
your
good.
metabolism slowed? Here's a crap ton of
I was
carbs
gonna
for
say,
you.
have you been slamming beers all night?
How about some
You need a
giant
donut.
Donuts.
That's
They're
healthy.
super
Sounds
good.
like hell for me. I'm not a donut
Oh.
guy.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Pastries,
Oh, dude.
bacon and eggs.
They were super
Or
good.
something like
Oh,
that.
like dude, we literally
talked
we
about
got
this
one
the other
donut and we ate it on it for like 3 days because we were cutting it into pieces. It was so big. It was like a cake almost. It
No
was
shit.
massive.
No,
Dude, I
thanks.
mean they're like $11 donuts.
you could feed the whole family. You only have to get one donut to feed like 12 different kids.
Yeah, we got 2 and it was like
That's not even, but like you're not feeding anyone. You're just giving them something they probably shouldn't eat.
diabetes.
Yeah, that's not like
Here's
if you go feeding the homeless with like Krispy Kremes, you're just what are you trying to kill them? Like
They got to
Holy
have like
shit.
a donut challenge. Like if
I mean, I
you can
love
eat
donuts,
5 of
but-
these, you get on the wall of shame, right? I mean, they have to. I would assume.
I'll eat
Oh,
5
dude.
donuts if you're not high as hell.
No one.
Yeah, okay, all right, let's not go there. Let's
Yeah,
not go there.
just you. No, but that's cool. So you were out in California living there, doing the band thing. I mean, you moved there because of, well, you moved there for a few reasons.
yeah.
Your girlfriend, her job was out there, and they wanted her closer, right?
Yeah, she works from home remote. She works remotely, I
Right.
guess I should say.
Before working remotely was even a thing.
Like
She's
okay,
like a trendsetter.
so she
Yeah,
she
Elise is a
remotely
trendsetter.
works like or works remotely because completely different definition.
mobily works
Sort
only
of.
off of her
I said
phone.
remotely
Sort
works
of.
or works remotely. That's
Sort of the same. Like
well,
no, actually,
I mean,
no, she works a lot. But
It's like
yeah,
if you
just
remotely
home.
work, I just feel like you're doing it from like a very far distance. Like say I was doing brakes on a Honda from here though. I'd be remotely working on that Honda. But if I'm working remotely, then that means that I'm working from home. At least that's how my head.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to do that yet, but I'm working on it.
Robots. We can sit at home.
I was thinking
it'll be VR robots, dude. You'd be like,
I think the
No
force
more
would be
busted
easier
knuckles?
to figure out than making a robot. So I'm just gonna figure out the force and use that.
Just use that. You got a few more movies to catch up on. So that was one of the reasons you moved out there. The other reason you
was
moved
Jedi
out
mind tricks.
is
Yeah.
Jedi mind tricks.
Is that
Which
a
you
big thing
heard
out
is
there?
only a thing in LA.
Yeah,
I just heard Yoda has a nice place out there.
he does. He does.
But no, the band thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Lots of
moved
coke.
out there.
Lots of coke.
Sure. Yeah.
You saw the Chappelle show,
How high
right?
that kid jumped.
You ever seen somebody jump flat-footed with 3 somersaults in the air? If they weren't on coke.
Chappelle Show.
Jedi mind tricks, my ass.
That's probably fucking copyrighted. We probably shouldn't sing the
What
Chappelle
is it?
Show
Dude,
song.
yeah, don't sing.
I don't
Yeah.
think Dave Chappelle's gonna sue us because you went Chappelle show.
You don't know. This
Like if
is
you do the
blown.
whole skit,
The
then you're
whole
like,
thing?
I'm Dave
We
Chappelle.
reenact.
It's-
And
might
I'm
be a
Dave
little bit pissed
Chappelle.
off.
It's like you are not Dave Chappelle in any way.
But yeah,
So
no,
also you moved out there for the band thing.
yeah.
we took an opportunity, gave it a shot, and then that was fun. In November of 2019, which everyone knows what happened in 2020.
2020.
So
And
it
California was
basically-
really a
Wait.
front runner in that
Oh, yeah.
space.
Wait, what happened?
That whole virus we can't talk about on
I
YouTube.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Don't spread misinformation.
Never heard anything.
This
So-
weird strain of influenza.
Now, when you were out there, did you do any tours or anything? Because I to be honest, I didn't
no.
follow
No,
the band or any
well,
of
we
that
got
stuff.
out there, we did a couple
and then the
shows, and then
COVID thing.
and then the virus hit, and so once that happened, it shut everything down.
Were you guys doing
Uh,
any shows or just writing, practicing, just nothing?
Well, for a while we couldn't get together because everything was shut down and locked down, so
It was
they were like, you can't travel, and I was like, man, this is America. Like, I'm gonna go and play my drums because you're not gonna just keep me at home all day.
right.
So yeah, no, like,
Did they have like work passes and stuff? Because around here, like there
They
were guys
did.
like we.
yeah, no, Big O Tires actually gave us like a piece of paper that said like, you are
If you get pulled over, just
Yeah,
show
whatever
them
they called
this.
an important worker or something, like
Yeah.
Right.
whatever the
They had
hell
the same thing here. Like companies were giving employees whatever it was, credentials. I guess.
So if you get
Yeah.
pulled over,
So if you get pulled over, the cops could be
Well,
like, "Oh,
it's-
okay,
Yeah,
you're
because
allowed to be out."
They didn't call it, but like
well,
necessary.
yeah, there you go. But it was mostly for like curfew reasons. So if like
Okay.
because they had it like shut down and we closed, and by the time I got home, it was after curfew or whatever
I got you.
for a while.
What time did you guys
But-
close? I'm just
Oh,
curious.
but we closed at 6.
Oh, okay.
But I'd get home
So
like
you-
7:30.
so
I think
you-
curfew. Well, no, it wasn't. Curfew, I guess, was like 10 o'clock. out
So you
there.
managed Big O Tire as a side gig while you were doing the band full time, or
No, I was just a service rider over there.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then I did go like sort of kind of start managing one in Lake Forest, but didn't. So
Sounds very corporate.
okay?
Like you're manager.
like
but
they
you're
were
not
like,
manager.
you're gonna, but then
I
they
don't
were
really-
like, here's somebody else, and
But
they're
I want you
gonna
to do the
manage.
manager thing. But I'm not paying you manager wages.
Oh,
And
man.
so
no, they actually they paid all right.
hey, well, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
So-
Yeah, I mean,
Back to the band thing because nobody really gives a shit
About Big O.
service
Tires.
riding.
Yeah, service riding.
We're not
Check
talking.
it out.
If you guys are interested,
that-
I'll tell you anything you need to know. When
Mhm.
just leave it in the comments. We can have all kind of
Don't
discussions.
do it.
Don't do it.
So,
Study in high school.
so give me a band story. I want something juicy. I want something good. Like, what's the craziest
Band
shit
Story.
you've ever seen someone do while you were on tour? I mean, like, what's, like just snorting coke off of like muskox ass or something. Like, what?
Well, no, unfortunately, no sex, drugs, rock and roll for this guy.
No, not you. I said, what have you seen? Like, you can't.
Haven't. That's the only thing.
Shit, you're
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Not like it's different. It's
I'm not
it's
agreeing
no-
that you're boring.
like,
I'm
it's just
not
not-
sure what I was
it sounds,
agreeing with.
it sounds
there.
like you did.
Yeah, maybe I was.
Yeah, it's not the '80s anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
And the band thing's
it's-
hard, right? Because like
well,
the market's so saturated with
and
band
dude,
shit.
who we went out with and how we're known. I mean, it's one thing if you're selling out arenas. I bet it's a lot of fun stuff happens.
Yeah. I bet backstage.
But
can get
most of
wild.
the time, it's just a bunch of dudes getting together and drinking.
Yeah.
I mean,
After the
that's-
shows
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
We weren't famous enough to really get like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But you,
Well,
you
and
wouldn't
that-
have been it anyway because your girlfriend's in the
Your
band.
girlfriend's in the
Yeah,
band
it's
as
kinda
well.
hard.
So
It
it's
was
tricky.
Yeah.
yeah, like Run DMC said, man, it's tricky.
tricky.
There's a whole game about it.
Now you guys did what? You guys won an award though, not too long
Oh,
ago, right?
yes.
When was that? Was what?
Recently,
A month ago or so?
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that.
like within the first November, we were out there November 10th through the 13th out in New York. Yeah, we actually stayed out in. Oh my God, what was the name of the hotel? I can't remember. But
It
anyway,
doesn't
it was
matter.
right on Times Square,
They had beds
right
and
off of
couches.
Broadway.
Stuff like that. You checked in.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was cool. Really nice, dude. Like the stupidest showers though. The stupidest showers in a hotel.
This
ever
is what
been
you
in.
remember from going
This
to the
is-
award ceremony.
Yeah.
Tell you about
Was
the
the
showers.
stupidest
No.
fucking showers.
Dude.
It did suck when they were stupid
All
showers.
right.
So,
So
I-
like you walk in and like if the door was like if it was a square and the door would be on this side and you had a sink, the
Right.
toilet, and the shower, they had a piece of glass that sat in front, like that guarded the length of the toilet, and then the back, like half of the shower was just open. So when you showered, water went all over the fucking bathroom. Like,
Was it a
dude,
bright
it was
shower?
everywhere.
So it was like a walk-in shower that they just never finished.
Yeah, dude.
you guys were so
Dude, the
cheap. You want the
toilet-
unfinished room.
Dude,
We
we're
were-
not done with them yet,
I'll
but
give them to you at a discounted rate.
It was just a pipe.
That wasn't even a shower head. Great
is there like construction equipment still in the bathroom?
It's just like a
finished?
guy knocks at 6:30 in the morning, needs the generator.
Hold on, man. Let me finish shit.
Yeah, I've been to some nice hotels.
But
My
yeah,
life.
no, it was a really nice place, dude. The food out there, like, we didn't get to go do a whole lot.
We weren't there
Just
very
time,
long, right?
yeah, and time restriction and everything like that. We didn't, get to go see a lot, but did get some good New York pizza.
Did you mug anybody on the subway while you were there?
No, but
feel like if
we
you want
that
we walked
experience-
down and thought for a moment that there was gonna be some like shit breaking out because like, dude, there was we're walking down the stairs to the subway and we just start hearing yelling, and we get down there and then all of a sudden there's like you can tell there's like a bunch of voices and everybody's yelling, and then we get down there and there's this dude just yelling at these cops, and there's like 4 like cops sitting down there like.
You can clearly
No,
tell
like
they
I
don't
don't
wanna
know
be there.
what was going on, but like somebody was trying to ride for free or something like that, and they're like, no, and then but we pay for this and
Ass, grass, or cash, man.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it was like,
Or bus pass.
so like yeah, they were
Subway.
just so
Subway.
we thought for a moment like things might happen, but it's just funny because you're in New York, so everybody just does like a glance and then just walks, just
Like
like
they
nope,
don't. They're like,
we don't care,
well, it's Wednesday.
whatever. Yeah, dude.
Johnny's down here causing trouble again.
Yep, nobody cares. It's just like yep.
I'll do that in Bonfield.
But
I
high
don't care.
fashion, dude. High fashion. Like everybody
Yeah.
out there is like super well dressed where we were. It was like,
Oh, okay. I was wondering what you meant by that.
yeah, dude. Everything's like very,
Except for you.
yeah, pretty.
Yeah, you guys are in a metal band. walking
Like, these
around,
guys are from Atlanta or Chicago.
Yeah.
I can tell.
You guys wave with the devil horns.
I mean, it's like you clearly see us walking on the street, and you're like, they're in a band, but I don't know them, so they're probably not important.
right.
Which is semi. Yeah.
Or maybe they think maybe I just haven't heard of these famous
Yeah.
people, and everyone else around me knows who these people are.
But it was cool. Like pretty areas, really neat, huge.
What was the
but
award
it's
you
the,
guys got?
It was from the Daniel Music Foundation.
Okay.
Out there. It was just the Danny Awards every year. Oh my gosh, I'm such a bad ambassador.
It's
I
okay.
can't remember how many years they've been doing it.
Yeah.
But I No, they've been doing it at least like 3 or 4 years.
Okay. You're
I
gonna look
think.
it up.
But they it's the Daniel Music Foundation. But the Danny Awards is basically about bringing attention or putting a light on disabled musicians. It's
Of all
more-
sorts, right? I mean, I
Correct.
assume.
Like,
I
well,
assume.
yeah, there was, whether it's like physical impairment or like, there were guys that were cerebral palsy, like Brandon, and the meaning behind the Mendenhall experiment
Right.
is disability awareness
Right.
within music. And so that's what they do. They have a foundation and they help disabled, like whether it's mentally disabled or physical disablement. It's about just being able to help them connect in a better way.
Gotcha. That's
So,
really
like,
cool.
to people.
That's cool that they
'cause-
have something like that. I mean, honestly.
Well, yeah, because there's like a lot of people there. Like there was a girl who did like signing with the music and stuff like that
Okay.
because she was deaf, and she's like, it wasn't until she saw some stuff like that
I was
she
actually gonna.
felt inspired to like really.
Is
do
there
something.
still? And we'll get back to like your guys' award and that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
But is there still deaf musicians like Beethoven? Like Beethoven was deaf. Is there
Yeah.
still?
I
There's got to be, right? I mean,
well, I mean, Nate is technically constantly losing his hearing
okay.
because he has Usher syndrome.
And he's
The bass player
The
in our
bass player in your band. Okay.
The bass player.
The bass
I
player.
don't know, man.
That's the universal symbol for
It's-
bass
Yes,
player.
definitely. So 20 years, 2002 is
Oh, yeah.
when, what's it say here, that
Daniel.
reporter Daniel Pearl was kidnapped and murdered by terrorists in Karachi, Pakistan, 2002. That's when.
No, that's the Daniel Pearl Foundation.
Oh,
That's
am I seriously
You're
on
on
the
the wrong
thing? No way,
foundation.
man.
I was kind of wondering
the
what
Daniel
that guy.
Music Foundation.
Yeah. Well, I tried to look up the Wikipedia. There's not any. So there's not a Wikipedia on it.
No,
No,
probably.
you're right. That's completely different. That's not the same thing at all. So I
Yeah.
find the
No,
page,
that's
but I
it.
don't see.
That's okay.
But either-
about
Danny,
us.
go to Danny Awards. It was right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Introducing 22.
But yeah, there's a video up and stuff, so you can actually watch the whole
The whole thing.
thing.
Was it live like on YouTube
Yeah,
or anything? Was
it
it?
was streamed.
Is this
it was
the
streamed
video?
live
Hold on.
On their website, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
No,
I
it's-
do believe I'm pretty sure there's a whole thing. But yeah, dude, there was amazing people. That was that's one of those moments you have in life that you're like, yep, all right, I need to humble myself and all these things that I want to whine about.
Don't really matter.
Nah,
like, look
like-
what these people have done. And
Yeah,
they're not
and
whining
just
about it.
overcome and got through.
Yeah.
And that's where it's just like,
Yeah, and they're not sitting there complaining about it. You're
yeah,
like,
like dude, they
"Hmm."
like
When you see
they struggle to like get dressed.
right.
You
You're
know,
like, I'm good.
That's never a
when you
problem.
see
Like,
a
I'm
guy
good.
laying bricks with no arms,
yeah, with
you
his
kind
feet.
of just put some perspective into your life. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a
I can maybe
lazy
work
bastard,
harder.
ain't I? Yeah, I got arms and I ain't even gonna work that hard. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, it
Ron
it
saying
is.
would
It's
be
a-
really bad for that guy. But you know,
Who's?
put a little
Ron saying,
elbow.
yeah, that one.
oh yeah.
We really shouldn't go there.
I can't remember what the heck. Oh yeah, elbows and.
Assholes and
Yeah.
elbows.
Oh,
Okay, we're
elbows.
just gonna that one.
I mean, why
But,
not? It's
yeah, I
with
guess
that,
it doesn't
it's-
matter.
That
Yeah.
just means work. All I want to see is you bent over and I want to see
Working.
assholes and elbows.
Yep. It's a bricklayer thing. So is there like the name of the award? Is there like,
Danny.
oh, you won like the award?
It's the Danny Award. Yeah. Well, no. Everybody gets the Danny Award. That gets.
Oh, okay. There's just
it's-
multiple.
You
okay.
submit. Yeah, different artists. Submit
It's not
their
like
stuff.
best metal
Yeah.
band with this or best this or
correct,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So again, yeah, there was like singers. There was like a whole jazz band. There was like.
Did you guys have to perform or anything? Or you just go.
We did.
accept?
We played one. We got to play one song. So we did our single "Pulse of the Lost."
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
So
Did
yeah,
you
we
get to go up there and be like, "Thanks, Mom, for always believing in me"? and stuff?
No,
no, it
they
wasn't
don't
like that.
let the drummers speak. Come on,
I stand
dude.
in the
You
background
like,
looking goofy.
like,
There's a reason for that.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
that's true.
and no, dude, it was Brandon got to talk.
I assume.
obviously.
Yeah.
And they let Elise talk because she's smart. So like,
Well, she's
here you go.
articulate. She can.
Yeah, and she's the front woman, so it's like
Yeah.
you kind of want them to as the heads of the band.
Right.
Like
They're the faces.
Brandon's
The
there for
faces.
like Brandon's like the drive and motivation of the band, and Elise's
But here's the thing.
Yeah, I understand.
the hot chick singer.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
It's like Elise is hot and Brandon is not hot.
well,
So
I mean,
there's
yeah,
not for me anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not
I mean,
interested.
unless you-
Some-
And like guys
dudes.
like to see that.
yeah, maybe.
And from what I
I'm a
know
big
about
dude.
guys,
Very.
I don't know.
I mean, like it's like what was it? TikTok. It just knows the algorithm, you know.
Yeah.
You want
More
a piece-
dancing girls.
I don't want dancing girls.
Yes, it says right here. You watch 37% more.
But I don't want to.
So that's cool. So, but that was after you
But-
already moved back, right?
Yeah, we came back. Yeah, we moved back. It was for a lot of different reasons, but a lot of it was mostly just like being around family.
Family
Again,
stuff.
Yeah, because it's we wanted
Closer to her
that.
family, closer to your family. They're not
Yeah,
getting any
and-
younger.
And we
Well-
want to be able to kind of move forward with life, and out there it's so expensive. Like the idea of getting a house out there is like way more difficult than
Would-
it is here,
Yeah.
and what you can get here is just like way greater.
Yeah, you're buying a $500,000 house out there. It's a piece of shit. And
Yeah, you get
you come
well,
back here and you're like,
And you could buy a $200,000 house with a piece of shit.
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, I mean, it's the difference is just crazy. I mean, it was beautiful out there. Like, dude, I would say go visit. Sure, go visit.
Yeah. How many days do you
don't-
think? How many days max should you go visit
Oh, dude,
California?
I would go crush Cali in like 2 weeks.
really
go,
like that
dude.
long.
Oh yeah, dude. Because
Like I
you
went to
gotta
Vegas
think-
for 5 days once. It was 2 months. It was.
Dude,
I'm like 3 days
nah,
max.
see, because nah, see,
Nah, see.
No, with Cali though, it's like you can go there and be like, I'm gonna start in the south and just like travel all the way through the north.
That's
And
true,
it's
'cause
like
it is a large
100% different, or just the other way.
I would never. I'm a Florida man, and if you don't believe me, just keep reading the newspapers. You'll see
Florida
it.
guy.
You'll see it one day.
Florida man.
Dude, no, I'm with you. Like, if I had to move somewhere, it probably would be because it's warm and
You can
It's-
wrestle
it's-
alligators.
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know.
You can
I
pretty
like
much do
I-
anything in Florida, from what I understand.
I
from the
like
news
it down
headlines.
there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But Cali is nice. If it wasn't so expensive, it'd be a lot better. And that's the biggest difference. Is like Florida's like priced out here, but with like California type weather. I mean, yeah, it might blow your house over occasionally, but you
It's
know.
better than burning down and shaking.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, so I know you experience forest fires because the whole state
Yes.
burns every year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any earthquakes when you were out there?
yes.
Like good ones, or just like, I heard the kettle rumble in the thing, and I
No,
wasn't sure
like,
what that
there
was
were
about.
times
But
when
I thought we
we-
had a mouse.
We were sitting there. I remember Brandon and I were sitting around, and we were just chilling at his pad, and all of a sudden, you just feel like if you were driving on the road and you get like a shimmy in a tire and you feel
Yeah.
it in your butt.
Yeah.
It's that same
got a rear
kind
tire
of
starting to
sensation. You're just
separate?
like
I've experienced.
it feels like
one in my
somebody just
life, so yeah.
wiggling
I
your
know.
chair a little
No,
bit,
it
and you're
is.
like,
I never have.
what the heck?
I was
It's
sitting
just
at-
weird.
Sitting at my table, and they
Blood.
say that it could have been from the blasting they do. Might have set off some sort of reaction
Yeah.
in Lehigh.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
lived about 3 miles away,
Okay.
but we're just sitting there at the kitchen table and like feel this weird vibration, and then the cups start hopping on the table. Everything just kind of shuddered and settled down, and I was like, and
Well,
then
even if
we
it was
lived-
a blast out
we-
there,
well, we
it was
lived
the
on a-
same thing. I mean, it's you're sending those vibrations through the earth. That's
Yeah.
what you're gonna end up with.
yeah, but it was
Yeah.
violent enough to actually shake our cups, which we had never felt before at that distance. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe they set off a huge.
Remember
charge,
that
I
big?
don't know.
Maybe you guys don't. It was God. It had to be 10 years ago, 8 years ago. There was that big earthquake in Alaska. They had like
Mm.
some like 7 point, some crazy number, and they showed the map of like the wave dispersing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
here
Felt
in
it.
Illinois, they said you could have felt it. I didn't feel it, but they said they like mapped it all out, and they said the ground raised and then lowered back down 6 inches. Here
No
is how
kidding.
because of the ripple effect of the Earth's crust, and like I mean we're not anywhere near Alaska, so like that's wild to me
Yeah,
that
it
that's
is.
not something you would feel or because I never did.
Well, but it
mean-
probably moves slower the further out it
Oh, I'm
gets. So
sure.
it's not such a, and it's probably moving in like everything's moving kind of relative to its larger surroundings.
Well,
And
right.
that's
The
the
house
thing
next
is,
door did the same thing.
we
yeah.
we have been through some out there, but yeah, you don't feel it. Like if you're moving,
It's
you won't really know.
it's if you're
Like
just-
if you're walking, but like yeah, if you were sitting on something, like especially like a harder chair, like we were sitting on like the wooden ones.
Yeah.
You'll feel it more. But
Well, I imagine a bigger one you would probably
Yeah,
feel. Yeah, I mean,
like we'd never been
buildings
in
are
a
crumbling and you're just walking
Yeah.
the street like I don't even feel anything.
Like
I haven't
what year
felt
was
like the the wall shaking.
Yeah.
ones or
what year was it? Candlestick Park cracked.
That was back in the 90s or late 80s,
Something like that. Yeah,
anything.
that was a
I'm
big
not
one.
a history buff.
and that was during
Nah,
a
I
game,
used to
right?
watch- yeah, it was. I want to say it was during a World Series game or something crazy like that, playoff game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giant Stadium
Yeah,
cracked.
they had to evacuate, and then there's a giant. I remember seeing
Oh,
pictures
God.
of there's
Yeah.
a crack and like
That was a big one. I remember hearing about that. I mean, never experienced it, but
Yeah.
it did happen.
But it did happen.
Yeah,
I'm not
no, they
making
were-
this up.
It was pretty cool, like getting to kind of be like, oh, I went through small one, yay. That's all right. Especially being we were the first floor out of an apartment building. I was always like, I don't need to experience a big one. I don't want my neighbor to land on me.
All right.
What do we?
I think we're already back into it, to be honest.
We were talking about. See, and here's the thing. This is where I feel like our first guest is being seriously disappointing.
Well, in work performance or pod performance, that's both, I guess. Both.
Just the whole. Hey, get the pole out. Let's see what his pole dancing skills
You
are.
think it better for him?
No.
That's a
You
good
got me
outro.
no
But no.
stories though. You have stories. I've heard stories. You've got band stories.
You have lots.
You don't have to talk about specific
You just
individuals.
leave that, edit that
Leave
out,
that out.
or
Okay,
I'll do
Oh
let's
it.
no!
start
Like
here.
we've
Let's
had
start here.
like some really cool
we
shows
talked about
and
this
stuff,
before. What's the?
but I
who's-
just haven't had any
Who's the
parties.
most famous guy you've met? Girl, whatever.
I guess well, what's cool is
I mean, most famous, obviously being
I mean,
amongst
like-
genres, but overall.
And that's relative
well,
bias.
again, I did get to go to the NAMM show, and like I was around really famous people.
Right.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part. So yeah. Anyway, so like
Because we talked about this yesterday.
the NAMM show.
some.
We
Give me some.
yeah.
Yeah. Right there. Slip into that storytelling.
Yes. Oh yeah.
All right,
So
so what do you
anyway.
got? Who'd you meet?
So what happened was, so we go to NAMM. It was the 2020 NAMM, so it was like right before COVID came in and shut everything down.
Viet, right?
What's up?
Viet.
Yeah, Vietnam. No,
I did that joke yesterday. Not like Nam, right? Like there's something else called.
No, I thought he said yeah.
we were in
No, I know.
NAMM.
So it wasn't Vietnam.
No,
It was
NAMM.
NAMM.
Yeah,
What does NAMM stand
NAMM. I don't know. North American Music something.
Oh, okay. let me
I don't know.
just go
Another
ahead.
award show, or
Yeah, NAMM.
another award.
I know how to
Uh,
spell NAMM, bud. You don't have to spell NAMM for me.
No, I'm just saying.
Me, I would
Yeah,
have
well, I
asked
don't
you
know
how
what
to
it
spell
stands
it.
for.
It still doesn't tell you what it is. It just says NAMM.
Yeah.
Believe in music.
I believe. I mean, it's a real thing.
Maybe scroll all the way
I've
down.
heard
Maybe
it.
it'll show it. I don't know. I have no idea.
We-
But anyway,
Okay, so
NAMM is like we were saying the other day. It's like the SEMA show for music equipment. So like, dude, when we walked in,
Yeah, the SEMA show, which is a car show, because some people might
they had it wasn't the 2021, but we walked into NAMM. It was the latest one they had. We went there this year, dude. I walk in and I just hear pounding bass. And I'm like, where is this coming from, dude? So I just follow the sound.
Yeah.
And I end up in this room and they're doing like a bass demo of this PA system. And they're like, oh, yeah, they're only allowing us to turn it up to 95 dB and hit those peaks. And dude, this thing is just like chest pounding. I'm like,
I've been there.
but so anyway, the party was really cool. It did end up around a lot of famous
That's
people.
right. You said you went to like an after
yeah,
party
we
kind of
got-
thing.
My buddy Alex, he lives out there. He grew up out in Corona, California, so he actually knows like a lot of famous people and stuff.
Bad marketing for that town, really.
Yeah, right. I know. But the
If only they knew.
Yeah,
COVID-19 California.
We
Come
would have
on,
gone
bring
with
your
we would have gone with
family.
Springfield.
as soon as you cross into town lines, though, you get a lime. I don't know. What it is.
That's just how it works.
But no. So we go to this show, and then yeah, not like name dropping, but it was cool. We got to
Well, you should name
we
drop
got
us,
in
what I'm
from
asking, name drop.
Julian Vi, who is like Steve Vi's kid.
Yep.
He's like
He
Steve
is
Vi-
Steve
he-
Vi's
oh, he
kid.
is- oh, okay.
So
Wasn't sure.
Alex is like friends with him, went to school with him. They know each other. So like we get into the Hilton party, and dude.
And what happened
So
after
like
that?
we were having a really
What-
good night. Like
what
Justin
happened
was
to you?
feeling really good, and
Uh-huh.
Justin had a bottle of Rebel whiskey.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And
Rebel Yell or just Rebel?
the Rebel, like the cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, still
Yeah.
And dude, so
Did the,
so
night,
too
did the
good.
night get away
So
from you?
it's- too good.
It did.
Yeah.
So Justin got to the hotel and was hammered.
You know, it was an interesting
but-
night when you start
so-
referring to yourself in the story in the
In
third
the
Yeah,
third
person.
no,
person.
this was a different Justin, an evil Justin. I
I
had to kill him.
Nah.
You would have an alter ego like I'm Frank.
I had to stuff him
Yeah,
deep,
well, it's-
deep down.
He's got
inside.
James.
It's
He
usually
doesn't see
it's
James
usually
very much,
Buzz.
but-
No.
Buzz that comes out. That's what I always say. That's
Oh,
Buzz.
that's Buzz.
okay.
all
Yeah.
right. Buzz Lightyear.
Everybody knows me as Buzz.
Is it,
so-
is it after Buzz Lightyear or Aldrin? Is those the only two Buzz, or is it the bee off of the movie
I think
that
could have
fought
been.
the grasshoppers, or maybe that was ants?
Anyway, tell me about Justin.
All right, it's
a Bug's
life.
This is Jerry Seinfeld.
Anyway,
And,
this is
Oh my God, what are you doing?
wasn't he in the Bee movie? I think he was in the Bee movie.
Holy gosh.
Maybe he wasn't.
I'm
Ah,
a bee. I'm a friggin' bee. Sorry, my Seinfeld impression is not.
It actually wasn't that bad, I thought.
It's definitely better than what I can do.
Yeah, I'm
More
not
of a
even
Costanza guy myself.
sure.
But so yeah, dude, we go in, we meet. I got to meet like Jason Richardson. He was really cool. Tim Henson from Polyphia was there.
The Muppet guy.
What's up?
The Muppet guy.
Yeah, he just looks so fragile. Like, oh, I don't want to break you.
No, like the guy who made the Muppets.
No.
Tim Henson. You said this
But-
earlier. We
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had this
yeah.
whole-
But Jim.
Jim.
Jim Henson's the Muppet guy.
Was that his brother?
No relation.
No, it might have been.
Not that I know of.
Well, do you have any proof?
No.
Sounds like hearsay.
Yep. Sorry, I'm spreading misinformation.
This turned
Anyway,
into a
so
legal show.
Jim Henson's brother Tim who plays.
Yes.
What does he play?
He guitar in Polyphia.
All right.
So got to kind of see him. I saw Spencer from Periphery. There were like other famous people there, but I spilled wine on the carpet and was like, I think I need to go outside.
It's time
So-
for me to not be right
So
here.
I did, but
Why are you drinking
I
wine,
forgot.
bro? You said you just had whiskey.
Yeah.
We were out of
forgot
whiskey?
whiskey.
Fresh out.
Yeah.
So-
I've had that happen.
But so it ended
you
up.
switch to
Oh my
wine?
God, I can't remember her name, but it
Okay.
was Steve's daughter started helping me.
Like,
She was
clean
like,
up the
"Here,
wine?"
sweetie, like have a glass of water." So I
what,
started.
she
Oh,
hot?
really?
Yeah, yeah,
She was like
dude.
the nurse
She was
for the
super
party.
cool. Yeah,
Was she
everybody was
hot?
super.
That was nice of her.
Oh, dude, she's pretty.
All right.
That was super nice of her.
But
Pretty.
dude, everybody was like, "Yeah, dude, no, she's cool." She's like, dude.
Like, have some water.
Yeah.
Don't make an ass of yourself. I'm here for you.
You got babysit by.
But no, like she was
Steve's
just
wife's
like
daughter.
she's super cool. Like I honestly like.
That's cool.
You
I don't
honestly,
get it.
like,
I
yeah.
don't honestly remember like too much to say.
Oh, there's that.
Like, yeah,
I've
So-
never had that happen before.
but it was
For getting whole
that
nights.
was a pretty fun night because I had to get to our hotel
You don't remember, so it couldn't have happened.
or
Yeah.
our like I don't know what you want to call it. It was kind of like a
That's right, because
like
that was at
it was
this,
a townhouse. There you go. It was like we're
This-
staying in like a small townhouse.
This was at the NAM.
At- from NAM,
thing.
and
Yeah.
so like and NAM is in Anaheim, so it's like 45 minutes from our place where we were living in Riverside.
Okay.
Which is like directly next to Disney World,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is like right next to the NAM show. You actually walked by it getting there.
Okay.
So
You got a hotel for or whatever for
Anyway,
the night to be
so-
responsible.
well, yeah,
I
we
assume.
were at the townhouse. Bria, who
You
was
knew
like
you were gonna be having a good time.
The merch, she's like merch girl, helps like tour assistant and stuff. Like Bria's kind of like just she helps out the band a lot. So
She wears the pants in the band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. But yeah, we get out there and she
Like a
so she
librarian
had this
spacesuit.
this place, and so we all just kind of stayed with her and like shared rent or whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, I had to leave the Hilton, and I had no fucking clue how to get back. So I had to like GPS and just followed the blue line home, dude. That was how I got back. I just stared at
That
my
sounds
phone and walked.
That sounds like
dude.
a 45-minute process.
It
to, like,
was.
punch it in.
Dude,
like,
everybody looked at
one.
me and was like, "You made it back?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "How?" I'm like, "I just walked." They're like, "You fucking walked?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "How?" Dude, everybody thought I was like shit faced because there was a railing, and I'm like,
Well, it sounds like you were.
"Oh, trash, dude." I had such a hangover the next day.
So did you abandon everybody else, or did everybody else abandon
No,
Justin?
I know. I turned around and was like, "I need to leave," and they were like, "Dude, are you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I don't remember getting in an elevator. I don't remember leaving the hotel.
Right.
I remember looking at my phone and following the blue line, like, and getting back. Like,
Whiskey's a hell of a drug.
dude, oh.
Yeah.
Well, the problem was I ate a bunch of, like, super greasy pizza, and it just, like, it wasn't hitting me and wasn't hitting me, and all of a sudden it was just like,
here I am.
whoa.
Yeah, that whiskey
And it was
went,
like, holy
here I
shit.
am.
And I want to back it up a little bit though. Or were you drinking a bunch of whiskey and you were like, "Woo, I'm really drunk. I'm having a good time." And somebody was like, "Hey man, do you want to hit this? Because that shit will change your night."
No,
you are
it
that
definitely
drunk-
wasn't. No.
If you were that drunk and you take a freaking hit of some good
no.
sticky purple,
I mean,
like, I'm telling you, just your nights, you can't see street signs. You're
usually no, because I actually prefer because that's usually
It's
a
weed.
pull me out
It's
of a
legal
bad-
in most places. You can say weed.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, but
I wasn't
everybody-
avoiding saying
Oh.
weed.
It seemed like you were.
I was saying the sticky purple because
But-
That's what it would be.
that's. I mean, you're in Cali. If it's not, fuck off, man.
Right, it's definitely.
What are you even doing here?
Yeah, like they hand it to
Shit
you.
ain't
you
got
Go back to the
hairs,
Midwest, you
man.
suck ass.
Yeah, when you go change
Go
your
s-
driver's license to California,
Go
they
s-
hand you an eighth bag.
Go
I
sell
thought
this
so.
shit to the fucking Mormons.
They see if you can, how many
Sorry,
gummies you
Mormons.
can catch in a row. Sorry, Mormons. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure
We
there's not-
apologize to the Mormon community. We don't want to
just-
offend the bulk of our
Guys,
audience.
Mormons, just calm down. I'm sure there's a lot of you watching this.
Lots of Mormons.
It's just
All of a
jokes.
sudden,
Big
it's like
thing.
It's just jokes.
swarm.
Although polygamy is kind of cool, and not
Go on.
because of the reason, not because of the reasons you think.
Okay. Hit me.
All right, you can always have one wife with a really good credit score.
Okay.
You can move stuff over. So like one wife has a really shitty credit score. You have one wife really good, and then you buy stuff, and then this life, I mean, it's
I don't understand it.
you could.
Cassie watches my wife watches that Sister Wives show or whatever it is. And that dude,
What is that anyway? Like, I've
It's-
heard of it.
it's a I think they started
Is
out
it
Mormon.
polygamy type of thing?
Yeah. And he was up
Oh.
he had 3 wives, brought a 4th wife on. Now as of late, one wife has divorced him and from what I understand another one's leaving him. So now he's down to 2 wives and now he's like questioning whether the polygamy thing works.
So like polygamy as a marital status
It just seems like too much.
seems really, really, really.
Well, I think legally,
stupid.
because there was this whole thing in the
Because-
show. Legally, you can only be married to, and like they were,
Well, it depends on where you're
And I
at.
don't
think,
remember
or- no,
exactly,
I don't think.
but
you
they
know
had
what?
to like flee where they were from because they were actually trying to be
Oh.
prosecuted
From the Chili Peppers.
from yes, flee from the Chili Peppers.
He was where they were from.
Yeah, they they had flee, and it didn't work out well.
Yeah,
they
because
try to talk, you just play the
all the
drums.
tattoos.
Yeah,
But
no, but like
the bass player.
oh, big Chili Peppers
dude,
fan. I
yeah,
am.
yeah. Suck my kiss.
Sorry, bud, because I'm sure you're watching this on repeat. No, but they had to leave the state they were from because they were being
Tree.
prosecuted. Just stop.
Sorry. Go on. Okay.
For the whole
For
like,
the polygamy thing.
for the polygamy.
What
thing.
state were they from?
I believe it was Utah.
Yeah, because I think Utah used to have a law in the books that said you could be a polygamist, but then I believe they repealed that in like the early 1800s or something. And
Yeah.
like people were still like, but you used to say, I don't know. I don't
It
know.
just
the
seems like a
details.
lot.
don't
Like
know
I
nothing
love
about
my wife, but I don't want another one.
Yeah,
I don't want you to get another wife. Like it just
It
seems like
seems
it'd be
like
harder on me.
well, I guess
On you.
I
I'm
guess
glad you're worried about me, bud.
I don't know. It's the same thing.
Like I don't
look
care
at it like this.
if that's your
Well,
thing and whatever. Like fine.
that's the thing is like there is a very specific type of people I think or person that can do that and
Yeah.
like be okay with it. I mean, because
No,
generally we don't like. I'm like a monogamist on that end in that respect. Like, nope, 1 and 1, we're good
Yeah, I'm
there.
good.
Now
I'm with you there.
we do know folks that are like open, and if that's your thing,
Fine.
that's fucking
but,
cool.
but here's the thing about
But
that.
it's a different mindset. It's different. You like it's much more like
Well, and I think polygamists,
it's just something like I
as a
don't.
rule,
I can say I get, but I don't fully understand. Like,
Well,
and because I just can't feel that way. Like,
well,
you
the one
know?
thing I get
I
from
don't
the
think there's
show is
anything
it's not
wrong
like
with it,
right.
but
So like the
I just
actual
can't.
polygamists, right? They're not just like, "Huh, I get to bang these 3 chicks and this is fucking awesome. It's like
but that's more of a
actual-
modern.
it's like
polygamist.
actual married, like they're actually married to these
You know, that's
X number
insane.
of
That's insane.
women
But like polygamy,
with the full relationship, kids.
Yeah, no, that's
they have
insane.
each wife has their own house
That's
and they stay
insane.
here Monday. They stay here.
that's not
Tuesday,
polygamy.
they-
That's insanity. That's not.
it's too much.
It's too
I
much.
couldn't do that.
But I think polygamy has evolved to a point where when you're talking about monogamy and polygamy is where you would have sexual relations with multiple people. That doesn't mean marital relations. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know the
Well,
dictionary
being a
definition, but it's not.
being a polygamy, I thought it was much more based off of like having the ability to have multiple wives.
Yeah,
Because you can
I
have
think it is
multiple
based off of
girlfriends.
maybe it
marriage.
but
was
legally,
Maybe it was
but it's
initially,
in the eye
but-
of the law.
But
'cause as far as-
sexually, a polygamist is someone who has sex with more than one person.
yes,
So modern day
but
polygamy.
polygamy
isn't-
means like
it's-
many, I think, or something like that.
right.
I know what
Well, it's
Or-
poly means versus mono. That's not that.
but it's based like around like
the-
religion.
No, it
Yeah.
was initially. What I'm saying is modern day, today, right now. You know guys that are with a girl, and the girl and the guy are supposed to be only with the other one. We're all in one of those relationships, right?
Yes,
But there's some
monogamy.
guys and girls that want to go out
Yeah,
and have sex with multiple partners.
They have an open
and
relationship.
that's a polygamist. It's not that they're get married to all.
I'm not
these
sure
people.
it is because
No,
I
it's
think
not.
I think
Well,
I think it's
then-
different because I think in the open relationship, you're both on the same page as far as like, hey, it's fine if I want to go sleep with this other
Well,
person. Hey, it's fine if you want to go
well,
sleep, but we are
it's-
each other's people.
it's not even so much that because okay, maybe it isn't some.
Okay, so here,
some
here,
of the folks
right here, polygamy.
I'm not, so I don't have
the
any.
practice or custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time.
Mhm.
Hold on now.
Yeah,
Zoology,
Holding.
a pattern of mating in which an animal has more than one mate.
Yeah.
Botany, the condition of bearing some flowers with stamens only, some with pistils only, and some with both on the same or different plants. And what I'm saying here is we're like plants. And our stamen is showing.
I like how you went full
No,
circle.
But no, I'm thinking more of like,
We're like
the
plants.
natural definition, the zoological definition, if you will, because of the fact that today, someone who has sex with multiple partners would be called what?
That's kind of a broad fucking question. I think.
I mean, it could be like
It's,
mean,
it's
who are you asking?
bloody
polygamy
or
versus monogamy.
harsh
Are you going
or-
to be with only the person you're with, or are you going to be with multiple people? I don't think that in 2022 getting married
but
is necessary
you-
to have that
I think
definition.
I would never equate it to
Gotcha.
that because
I see what you're saying.
when I hear it, but I still would think 90% of the people you're gonna ask like what polygamy is
Because
it's in the
they're
eyes of
old.
the law. It's in what the eyes of the law.
Right.
Polygamy.
Well,
Because-
I think what
I'm
Dale's
not talking
point
about a
is.
legal definition.
No, I think what his point is like you consider yourself
I'm monogamous.
a monogamous, but you're not married.
You're still
But you're just-
monogamous, but It has nothing to do with marriage. It's
and one
because
other
your
person.
relationship.
So you're just saying that it doesn't really necessarily have to do
it
with
doesn't. No,
marriage.
not anymore. Like,
But
monogamy is you and one partner. Polygamy is you and multiple partners.
But I don't know if they would be like, I'm a polygamist, or we're polygamous.
Who gives a shit what they say they are? If someone's a whore, they're a whore. You don't be like, I'm not a whore. Be like, it really sounds like you're a whore from what you're saying.
Like, I don't know. Maybe
Dude,
you are.
You know, I mean, some of us are whores.
Sounds like
It's
exactly
all right.
what a whore would say.
But here's the thing about polygamy versus monogamy, and with a monogamous relationship, two people don't want to share their partner.
Correct.
In a polygamous relationship, they're okay with sharing their partner, and both people are okay with it. Or one is and one pretends to be, and that ends up fucking horrible, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've never been in a polygamous relationship. I've cheated on girlfriends, but I've never been in a polygamous relationship. But I would believe that
Seems like a lot of work.
unless you're willing to share your partner,
I'm
you
not
wouldn't
willing.
really be a true polygamist. Like you're not
Yeah.
you're
Well,
not
you can't-
actually
Well, and
yeah, if I'm out
at that point
cheating
you're kind of
and
just
having
a dick.
sex with multiple
But you
women,
expect your woman to not.
you're
And
just
that's
a
just a
douche.
dick.
Yeah,
and you're
or vice
traditional,
versa, or
you're
vice versa.
traditional
Yeah.
polygamist like the show. That's exactly what it is. Is he has multiple wives? They're not allowed to go out and have boyfriends and other lives.
No, and I know where polygamous came from, but
Yeah.
that was back when, like, if you love somebody, you got married. If you had sex with them, you got married. That shit doesn't happen anymore.
Well, no,
Not for like
it was
50
like some
years.
That was never-
religious thing.
that was
yeah.
never the thing. That was what they
Oh, it was the
said.
thing, like
No.
1800s and shit like that. What you
Oh.
had prostitutes, and if you fuck someone's daughter, that dude would make you get married to his daughter
It's a shotgun
because
wedding.
he had a shotgun.
That's what we call it around here, shotgun
Nice.
wedding. Down here in the holler,
Bro, 2 years ago, my buddy, same shit. Dad pulled out a shotgun. He had to get married on the spot, man. He brought in a minister, held the shotgun to the minister and everything. It was crazy.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm serious, dude. Right over here.
Just
I
get
know
a shotgun
you're
wedding right on the edge of town.
right,
We
right
did.
over here at
2020,
Martinez
man.
Banquet Hall.
When COVID hit, dude, nobody could do anything about it because the police couldn't come out.
Yeah, and if they did,
They
were
were locked
masked,
down.
and they couldn't read lips.
Yeah.
They sent the one deaf cop out, and everyone's wearing a mask.
Everybody was angry at the dog. I don't even know what was going
about
on.
that? So during COVID, everyone had to wear masks. What if you were deaf and you relied on lip reading? You think we had a tough time with COVID? What about the deaf people?
What about him?
Think how hard that was for them. They couldn't even see lips.
No,
They can
no,
see
dude.
masks
No.
moving.
They had closed captions.
Right, but okay.
In person. Let me write it down on my cell phone.
Hold
They
on.
might have.
It's just above your head.
Google
You don't
this
know.
one.
Maybe he knew Elon Musk. He put some fiber in his head.
No, he's still working on that.
You
He
know,
has a
like
lot
it's one of
animals.
those like you've seen the clocks that have the thing that move back and forth and it lights up and it shows the time.
Yeah. The
Same
LEDs.
thing with the hat. It just scrolls your words.
I'm not wearing one of those right now, am I? Is it only words or is it thoughts
No,
too?
you
Because
got
that's
it, man. You got
dangerous.
it.
Oh, dude, like Shitter from South Park.
Shitter.
You don't remember Shitter?
I don't.
That's when
It's been a long time
it
since I've seen
wasn't.
some South
So they had
Park, so it's a
Shitter.
newer thing. I have
Instead
no
of
idea.
Twitter, they had Shitter,
Okay.
and you
Oh,
could
yeah.
put the helmet on and
And it-
send your thoughts to everybody. The Cartman, of course, had a helmet,
Oh,
and I
I'm
can't
sure.
remember the details, but I remember it was pretty goddamn funny.
Yeah, that seems like a
I
bad
was
idea for everyone.
Pretty
involved.
high, but it was pretty fucking funny.
So polygamy, huh? Pretty cool.
So yeah, anyway, we had a show at the
No.
Whiskey with Nita Strauss.
That was cool.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
David Draymond was there.
Nita Strauss, more like Nita Job.
I did, but that's why I'm here now.
That's why I'm here now. Brings us full circle. So you're back in Illinois now. To be back
I'd enjoy in the auto mechanic world.
closer.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I am glad you came back.
No,
Being
I'm
honest,
glad
I mean,
to be back.
that's not a joke. There's no punchline here.
Yeah, but that's just because.
I grabbed my dick a little bit when you said you were gonna.
Hand jobs are nice. Midday hand jobs by Justin. But it's the
Oh,
alter
yeah.
ego, Justin.
That's right.
The angry one.
I only give him just what
It's a little aggressive. I asked for a lot aggressive. Oh, jeez.
I only do pig squeals with hand jobs.
You guys lost me.
We finally lost him. Here we go. Now the podcast can start.
Now the
Oh,
podcast gets started.
No, the other thing we were talking about yesterday, the other thing I thought was interesting was we were talking about music genres in the
Yeah.
scalability, I guess you would call it, of any given genre of music.
Yeah, just it's basically
It's not just like rock.
Well, you can't say rock anymore. Yeah, because there's like about a dozen subgenres. You can't say pop or like metal because people like if I'm like I like metal and everybody's like what kind? Like
Yeah.
metal? Like does it have aggressive guitars?
Bluegrass
Is
metal?
it down tuned? I mean, I can't get into some of the like black metal stuff, but if it's pretty much like down tuned.
Well, I told you yesterday, like, yeah, that's not
Black
my stuff.
metal.
If you just took like
'Cause, I mean, the black metal wheels look awesome. On
Like,
the fucking Jeep.
screaming like vocals. Okay, and here's like black metal. It is a point to have a shitty recording.
Is it really?
Yes, like true black metal will never be a good recording.
They want to
It's
sound like they
always
want to sound like they're in the
sounds
garage.
And I just
Okay.
I can't
But it's
necessarily get into
very-
it. Now, watching it live is very entertaining, depending on the band. Like, dude, we played a show with these guys. Fuck, I wish I could remember the name, but dude, it was like 10 years ago. But dude, they were a
Yeah, I'll
black
take one.
metal band, and they come out, and we're playing at this like this like I wouldn't say like posh bar, but
Oh,
like
no.
but like we were
Is this
heavy.
the makeup ones?
We were, yeah. They had all
Okay.
full makeup, and dude,
Yeah.
we were heavy for that place.
And
they were A
a little heavier.
two-piece black metal band,
Ooh, the
dude. They
two-piece is
come
not
out,
as
they
fun.
throw a tarp out, and dude, they start just like he's like spitting blood and like shredding like. It's just this. It is like the rudest music.
Now, are those guys still living in their mom's basement today, or
There's a
I heard they
chance.
live in your mom's basement.
they might? I haven't been down there in a while.
Hey kids,
You
would
want-
you like some
She's
peanut butter
probably
and
she would
jelly?
feed him. She would. She
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
let him
just
starve.
roll the jar of peanut butter and jelly
would. Your
down there.
mom's a
'cause
good
she'd probably be
person.
afraid.
But dude,
You know, I know what
no,
you mean. Like, yeah, I don't dig that
I
stuff.
can't. I do like my metal to groove and stuff like that, but I enjoy like
Well, there was, like-
everything.
That's
Do you
what
like
that was-
groovy metal?
Like right now, it's like
Better?
Yeah,
I'm
Better?
listening.
because you can have melodies and stuff like that in
Well, like-
metal music.
Well, even like,
but
but because the term metal encompasses so much, like you have like bands like Disturbed or like
Well, in
Lamb
my
of
metal-
God
my
or
metal's like
Corrosion.
Anthrax and Metallica. That's metal.
metal,
Right.
yeah,
Dio.
it is. Anthrax is metal. Dio, yeah, all that. Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
like, dude, that's metal. I mean,
Megadeth.
technically,
High Speed Dirt.
like Black Sabbath, Rush, I guess, was considered a little bit metal back in the day.
what's the difference
Not
between
quite
metal
so
and
much
rock?
anymore.
Because like metal was just the
Honestly-
harder rock, right?
I think
Initially.
I think it's
Initially.
more about like vocals than it is
Okay.
like because
So
Mendenhall was
Getty,
a lot.
so
of
Getty
rock,
Lee
it's not
was metal.
because. But back in the 70s, when like you listen to Rush's early stuff, like that was considered like
it was
that would
heavy for
be-
the time.
that would be like the heavy metal, like
That-
the hard rock.
That
was-
was something your parents would tell you
That
not
was
to
the
listen
devil
to.
music back in the day.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is
There you
that something your parents would tell you not to listen to? And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is metal."
But then like you had there were definitely more metal bands out there, back then.
Oh,
Oh,
sure
yeah.
there
But-
was.
But like
Oh yeah, no, I remember hearing some stuff.
the genres of music like anymore pop, you know, it's all the same thing. There's like a dozen subgenres, and it's just like
Yeah.
dude, I don't know, man. If I listen to it and it hits me, I enjoy it. Like that's my thing. Like right now,
Whatever
on
it
my
is,
phone on the way to work, I was listening to Dua Lipa. Future Nostalgia album because dude, it's good.
man,
It's
you
really
know.
good. The bass work on it. It's a pop album. But dude, the bass on there. So
You're just like, this is
good.
this is fucking
So
good.
good.
I'm fucking jamming out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just good music. I don't care. Like if it grabs me, it grabs
classify,
me. Like
right.
if it doesn't, like dude, Alter Bridge. No,
Mhm.
their new album is absolutely disgusting because it's raw.
I
They
haven't
got
heard
rid of all the like a lot of the production
Disgusting goods.
Awesome.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude,
all right. I just want
it's
to
killer.
clarify because I'm old,
Dude.
as fuck, and
Dude, the new
when you
Mark,
tell me disgusting, I'm
new-
like, I don't want it.
the
Then.
new Mark Tremonti album
it smell
probably
like?
has the heaviest like guitar tone I've ever heard
What is?
right now. Mark Tremonti.
Okay,
The
yeah.
new Tremonti album.
Yeah.
Dude, the first song on that has the thickest guitar tone. It'll blow your speakers. Like if you crank it to 11, it is
On purpose. He was like,
Dude,
I
it
am
is-
doing this just to fuck with people.
Oh, dude, it's
Everyone's going to be at the
so
car
happy.
radio shop
Dude.
next week.
Dude,
Huh.
it's so good. But like, yeah. No,
Do you think bands like, you're in a band, so do you think do you think it's good that it's subcategorized like that, or do you think it's like bad? Like if you had to put it like a net good versus net bad, good that it's categorized that way, or bad that it's categorized that way? Like, wouldn't it be better to be part of, this is just my mind, a
Bigger-
broader spectrum of music and be like, I like
You
this.
want
Oh,
to-
like, but, and you're like, yeah, kinda, but
Well, but even if you are like a tech death band, like, you know, which is just like an obscure fucking category
very
that
obscure.
like 90%
Oh,
of
I
people
can-
are gonna be like,
I can almost hear it in my head. No, I don't want none of that.
yeah.
You wouldn't- no.
it's a
You-
lot of like, yeah.
Yeah.
After a while, you're just like, my brain is melting.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what time this is in.
Like if you did like
Those are like
a
technical metal.
lot of LSD
Kinda.
and then just a lot of speed,
At the
I
same
think
time.
that would be about like tech
And
death.
So
That's how
like
you would-
when you're on LSD, if you take speed, it just makes the LSD stronger.
Yeah, it's got in like I just
So-
imagine
no,
like
no,
super
I
speed.
think that would
like,
work. I think
like
that would work.
like
That would be
Yeah.
going to plaid, basically. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's
yeah.
like,
Yeah, it seems
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a bad time.
they've
but-
gone to plaid.
But again, do you
No,
think
you don't wanna
you
do
think
that.
it's
It's bad
better
time.
like that it is subcategorized so that like people can find the I see the
Okay.
point of it, like
Here's the
so
thing:
that people can be like
is
specifically I'm looking for this.
it can help because if you go somewhere and you're like somebody's like, oh, dude, you need to just start listening to some of this. Like, yeah, you can kind of go, okay, I want to categorize this very specific like genre.
Yeah.
So it does help if you're trying to just like get
Satisfy a
into-
niche.
Yeah. Yes. But at the same time, it's I don't know. I honestly think it's just like human nature to have a need to like define and try to outline something. and
yeah,
put it
yeah,
into
absolutely.
Yeah, that
is.
makes
Like,
sense.
to
Into it.
try to
I didn't even think about
Put
that.
yourself-
That makes a lot of sense.
put yourself in a
it's-
slot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
like,
which
dude,
is just ridiculous if you think about it. Because
Yeah.
well,
Well,
dude,
now thinking
because-
about it a little more, I guess it makes a little more
Well, but-
sense to like kind of fucking
because the
narrow
only
it down.
the only issue is you start coming in, and I see it with musicians everywhere. It's like, dude, if you go, oh, I'm metal, and then the elite metal guys are gonna be like, well, what are you playing? Like, what kind? Oh yeah, well, I'm in like tech death, and I'm fucking,
Right.
and it's like, dude, fuck off. Does it even groove?
So-
I can't even get into it.
here's
You'd
the
be
thing:
like, what's
music
the
is
point?
music, and I will listen to Michael Jackson, Cody Jinks, Alice Merton, and Spoon all in the same sitting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll like it all. I don't even give a fuck what genres they're in. I just want to hear some good
No, yeah.
music.
Well, but that's the thing is,
Like,
if you like
yeah.
it, you like it. But there's
I guess if there's someone seeking
Because-
out a specific
well,
thing, it's
But
better
but
to
isn't that,
be.
that's
it's
weird
like-
though, because as music goes, like
Well,
why
but-
would you refrain?
There's a
your-
lot of
Well,
people
but
that do.
I used
that.
to do that though. I used to do that
I
when
did
I was
too.
younger.
well, but there's that aspect of it because there's like for certain reasons when you're younger,
You want to
you
seem
look at
cool.
certain other
You want
yeah.
to seem cool. Like I would only
But-
listen to rock.
Well,
and
it's
I'm
part
like,
of your
well, I don't-
identity. Like I'm
It
a
is.
metalhead.
It gets to be
I'm
that
a-
way. But when
Yeah.
it comes down to it, music is not part of your
then-
identity at
well,
all.
And
Well,
actually,
but-
that's bad for you
but it-
because then you find like some country song you like, and you're like, oh man, I
Well,
don't know anymore.
But the thing is
you know,
that's where it is though, especially with the subgenres, because what it comes down to is like it's the same guy who's like, I'm an audiophile and my stereo is like I love speakers and I love stereo, but I'm like I kind of like consider myself a minor audiophile because I like to
you like
tweak.
ear porn.
I like to tweak and like like
Oh, I know.
try to get good sound, but it's like they want to have. There's those people that just like I don't know. They want to be almost like an elitist. Like I want
A
to.
speaker elitist.
Yeah, like
yeah.
they want to be like, oh well, I listen to this like you know, our little good buddy. Won't mention his name.
Oh,
Um,
no one that watches.
Don't even
is
get me
gonna-
started.
but
No, let's not.
like he
We're not
won't listen to
going
music because like you know more than 100 people like it. You know, and it's like
Oh, he's one of those. I heard of him
but
first.
yeah,
There's a whole song about
but
him.
there's and it's not like we can cut his name.
Where
but,
did you get
It'll be
your
beeped
rock
or
and
whatever.
roll T-shirt? I
But-
can't sing, so I don't. You know what song?
But it's one of those things where
My
you get those
sweater.
people that want to have that something. I don't know. I can't identify with that. Like, because I'm just like, dude, it's music. I used to be like Pantera or nothing, and then it was like, oh yeah, I
Dude,
got out of that.
Tina
like,
Turner
quickly.
did some amazing shit. I'm not into her music.
I got
But,
her
dude,
records, man. We got her
dude.
What the
vinyl.
fuck are we talking about?
Dude,
like,
yeah.
dude, it doesn't matter. Like, Prince, not a huge Prince fan.
No.
Madonna, not a huge Madonna
Michael
fan.
Jackson. I'm not a fan of his personal choices in life, but made some killer music.
And dude, the
Well,
45
but
degree
we
lean,
don't.
like
That's
I heard
so
there was assistance there, but I mean that takes some fucking core work.
Like Michael
I was
Hearn.
impressed with her work ethic
Oh
in the
yeah.
gym.
Dude, that dude put it in
Who's
the
that?
time. Maybe it was
Who?
doing some unscrupulous shit with underage mammals or whatever, but that dude could sing, he could dance. I can't do none of that. I'm impressed.
Anyways.
Annie, are you okay?
Annie, are you okay?
No, my point is that like, who gives a shit? Like, you identify yourself with music, and I only like this type of music, and you're just putting yourself in a box. And to put yourself in that box, you're basically building your own walls. Like I was that
Well-
way. I only listened
well,
to rock
I
and
think I'm
classic
kind
rock.
of still that
Punk-
way, but like
Punk and rock were my things, and only that, and then a little bit of techno kind of mixed in, which is really fucking weird for me.
yeah.
But like that's like I started to expand on that, and then got into the whole country thing. Realized like I don't even like mainstream country, but I like a lot of country that isn't mainstream,
Right.
and that's like who gives a shit?
Well, I
what
tend to
genre it
listen
is.
to like a certain genre of music, like in clumps. Like right now, I like country, and so like I listen to a lot of country.
Yeah.
But like when my wife's playing music in the whatever, and Metallica comes on, I'm like, leave that on. That's the best song ever. Kids, listen to this Metallica song. You've never heard anything like it. You know what I mean? Like, I still like those songs. So like, I don't know.
Well,
it's weird. It's
I
it
guess-
is probably very much an age thing too. It's
Well,
not like
no,
I'm not
and it
searching for
is,
my
but,
identity.
dude, like-
Yeah, no, who gives a shit
And-
what your identity is?
And as you get older, I mean, dude, it's
Made up
the
shit
same
in your
thing. I
head.
think with your taste buds, like literally your tastes in everything change.
Yeah.
Like oh, I like this beer now. Why I hated
yeah,
it
no kids ever
yesterday.
like, I want extra onions on my cheeseburger.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things
Like
where
your taste in women, like they change.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, you like the crazy ones that can.
No, don't. No, that's all.
But
That's, gonna
when
be
you're
said.
younger,
That's
and then your
all-
taste changes.
that's all-
Good cover.
That's all. We're not
Yeah.
gonna discuss that.
Yeah, we might have to cut that.
Nah.
I don't think we do. I think that's. I think that's solid.
we
Okay.
we're appropriate.
No one said anything about anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I used.
I
To,
mean,
I used to not like tomatoes. Now I like tomatoes. That's what was said. I don't think that offends anyone. Someone,
And if
You
you don't
know,
like
someone decides they
tomatoes,
like
then
tomatoes
fuck you.
later. Dude, I wasn't a big onion fan. I really wasn't, man. But blooming onions, bam. Dude,
Yeah, that shit is bomb.
that shit's dingo.
but
That shit's dingo.
but I do think like it's also like I always found myself when I was younger, I would actually dislike music, or not even so much dislike it. I just wouldn't like it. Like I wouldn't let it like reach
Yeah.
me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Until somebody like I knew my brother was like, hey,
Some influence. Yeah, yeah.
Check
So
this
you
out.
already like shut off to it, like, oh, this is whatever.
But that changes with time.
Yeah.
I don't like it
Yeah,
because I don't.
yeah, for whatever
And
reason,
you like wouldn't even give it the time of day.
pretty much. Like,
Yeah, no,
or if it was just background, like I wouldn't sit down and listen to it. Like David Lee Roth, like when he came out, and they was it Roth?
It's a sad time.
And it
Like,
was
your face tells
Yankee
you
Rose
sad
and
time in
everything.
your
It's a
life.
sad time. Is this something we need to talk about? How was
Not
really
like
going
David
on?
Lee Roth.
Oh, dude. But
It's
so,
just
yeah,
so what
in
was
no.
high
going on?
school, I didn't
So-
know what I was going to do with
So
my life.
anyway, about what happened with your uncle? What,
He was always ripped, man. Like
Yeah. And I was
He's got a
saying I
great
couldn't
body,
be more like
like-
that. Yeah. No, I don't know.
no, it's true.
The
It's
music
when,
thing's
when
strange,
when
man.
you're younger, I think you get locked into this box where like you feel like
Well, like
the
you said,
people
you
that
want to
you
be cool.
want
You
to be,
want to
yeah.
be
Everybody
cool.
wants to be cool.
Yeah.
Like so, you do things
Like
to try
those
to be
people
cool,
you
but
respect, and like you'll listen to their shit. Like,
then you get a
oh,
little
I like
older
that
and
guy.
you
I'm gonna
realize
listen to
they're
this.
never going to pay your fucking aqua bill. So you might as well just lose them fucking dudes and just go ahead and listen to what you want.
Well, and I do think once
Like,
you get
it
older and you
is.
start to like
No, you-
experience and like for me, it was I was really one way until I was like mid 20s. I went to a drum teacher again. Who I was like mid to late 20s, 25 to 28, somewhere in there. And dude just was like, I teach you anything. Like you're showing
You're
me stuff.
already there.
He's learning how I'm doing things.
Yeah.
But he was like, go listen to
brag or
jazz.
anything.
He was like,
Yeah.
just go listen to jazz. Dude, I was so fast in speed metal. Like,
Yeah.
I was
Slow you down a little bit.
ridiculous.
Well, just
What-
give you a different
Oh no,
perspective.
he said
on-
he's like, dude, he's like, your facility's there. Like my physical ability to play anything, especially before like when I was young and fit, it was like, yeah, I could sit behind a kit and play it blazing fast speeds, like all over it. And he was just like, all you need to learn is like groove and like function to this stuff. And like, so go listen to some jazz because
Yeah.
that'll like give you how to like be more intricate with your hands other than going and just blasting
Right,
at
right.
300. You know?
Yeah, you got the physical
Like-
ability to go play as fast as you want, man.
Yeah.
But let's get some
Let's
finesse in
add
here.
a little musicality in there, and
Yeah.
it was like when he said that, it was like, oh, okay. So he kind of changed my perspective on going. Like I always listened to hip hop, always listened to metal. Those were like my two main things.
Yeah.
And then like,
Now when
then
you say
once,
hip hop,
Gangster rap. I started on gangster rap.
oh, dude, it was always like, yeah, Snoop, Tupac, Biggie,
Oh, yeah. I was
like,
Easy E.
those
making
guys
sure-
coming up.
just
Oh,
making
dude,
sure you're
you were
all right.
talking about
I'm
line
just
dancing.
making sure I can
Dude,
trust
you were talking about line dancing in school the other day.
no square dancing.
Square dancing. Well, we had line dancing, or like square
guys
dancing,
make fun
square
of me
dancing,
because
line
I'm not even
didn't
dancing.
sure
have
we
that.
had.
That's the-
I'm not even sure line dancing was a thing yet when I was.
You guys made fun of me because my high school didn't have that, and you guys weren't even talking about the same thing. I just
See, I
watched-
thought square dancing was line dance. What are you talking about?
it's
I'm pretty sure it is.
I just
No,
thought
I
you were.
think
I
it's
just
the
thought
same
it was
thing.
like nerd
I-
dancing.
I'm
you
pretty
did
sure
bad
it
in
is.
geometry.
It's like a weird
Square
It's like
dancing.
a weird like frontier type of dancing, like fucking
Yeah,
old west.
yeah, like
that's
the fucking.
line dancing. But like we did square. I don't know. But
Oh, okay.
but you went to a Catholic school.
In first through eighth grade, but
So
you guys were talking to high
there's
school. I
that.
didn't go to
No,
Catholic
not in high school. In high school, we didn't. It was in 8th grade or 8th grade when we were doing.
Oh
it.
yeah, there was no dancing.
Dude,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Well,
it was 7th, 8th
hilarious.
grade,
What I
yeah.
was trying to say is
Anyway.
she was like, bring in your own music if you want, blah blah blah. It has to be in 4/4. So we were like, okay. And my buddy Justin brought in Bone Thugs and Harmony. So we were line dancing to "Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up." It's the first of the
You were
month.
line dancing.
It's because it was in 4/4.
It's
1,
awesome.
2,
Yeah,
3,
yeah, it is.
4. 1,
Yeah,
2.
That's
No,
awesome.
as soon as you said that, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, that is 4/4. Holy shit.
I was dying.
Dude,
He's
you're
like,
line dancing.
because he would actually like took like music class because when we went to Grace Baptist, I was in Grace for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. He was in music class, and
So
so
you
he
were-
started learning that stuff.
You were also in a religious school.
Yeah, 3 years.
I did 8.
I did
Yeah.
8.
That was
This motherfucker. I did a nickel. Folsom.
you guys don't even know.
Brett,
I got that street cred.
See, actually, mine wasn't that bad. I was like the hot dude.
I
Like-
wasn't.
In your all dude school?
No, it was all dudes.
It wasn't bad for me.
Was
either.
yours
It
all
just-
dudes?
No.
No, they're co-ed. Most of them. It'll be like an all-girls.
And most of those girls think they're dudes now.
You think so?
Oh my God, what happens in an
proven
all-girls
scientific
school?
fact.
There's at least one, I'm sure.
Like allowed trans?
All right. So
Oh. I don't
Man, that's a dun 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 on the next
And
podcast.
now for a piss break.
know. And now for a biz break.
for you?
Oh Scientology. That's a good one.
No,
I could do a whole podcast.
we said we
on
weren't
that.
talking about religion.
It's
So-
not.
That's
It's not a religion.
That's not.
So, on that note,
Bet.
Scientologists are crazy motherfuckers. Crazy as fuck.
Mhm.
Out of all the religions, the one that was spawned by the author, Dianetics,
That's what I don't understand.
takes the goddamn cake.
That's what I don't understand. Like these, how do they get? It seems like authors get this following that's like ride or die, right? Like bands,
Yeah.
bands do too.
But not like
but
that.
not like I'm willing to.
And if you want a good
No,
example,
I'm not
Harry,
going to
it's
cover my
Harry
stuff
Potter
with a sheet.
fans, man,
Well, no, it's
won't even save Voldemort.
there's a weird aspect. Certain genres and certain bands.
I just want to be
will get-
clear that I'm not sure if this is a joke or if you're being serious.
No, that's serious. Like there are like weird
Okay.
groups of bands. Like you'll find
Like
like
Kiss.
in like no
Marilyn
You-
Manson.
What's
if
their-
you don't want to say it, that's fine.
no, I can't remember their name.
Oh, I was trying to help you. Like, yeah, I can't.
Like,
Yeah, I don't
It
want
had Peter Steele was the singer.
to. No idea.
Why can't I? Oh,
Dick Steele was the
like
singer.
big.
Dick. It's Dick Steele.
Well, he was like 6'7", and yeah, I think he actually did.
You're looking it up.
All right, well,
Dude,
maybe you got Steel Dick.
nah,
I don't know.
nah.
Or you don't. Maybe you're
It's
just saying
oh my
that.
god.
Maybe you're hung like a fucking 12-year-old, but you're huge and you just look ridiculous.
Typo negative. God.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
yeah,
I've heard of
okay.
the band.
Yeah,
Typo
yeah.
negative
I know
had
them.
a very, very cult like following, like and stuff like that. Like there are those weird niche bands, but they're like a goth band, and there's like in
Okay.
that dark realm, I think you find like
You
those
think that's
people
what it
that are
is?
like, I love Edgar Allan Poe. Like I love that like typo negative. Those like
You think it's
can
the
find
dark side of thing, like that? Somebody like those groups of people connect to.
I think it lends itself much more to that cult level of personality than like
Okay.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, no one's like
Because
Brittany. I'll drink the Kool-Aid.
yeah,
Right.
but like
Matt Young.
people get
Matt
in
Young. Would,
because there's always that weird thing with like people that want to be like super goth, that want to be like vampires and shit like that. There's
Yeah.
that weird that innate aspect of like they want to be led because they've always feel like this submissive and they want that like
validation.
kind
Is that
of,
what
I
it
don't know
is?
what it is, but it's like that thing. They want that connection of just guide me, lead me. Oh, like, and they look to these people like that. That's how you
I-
get some of these artists, and like you were saying with these writers, especially trying to like making religion.
Like literally making a. But it's only after they die.
Yeah.
Like they're not doing it while they're alive.
Well, look at Nirvana, dude. I mean, like they were big and they were big.
Yeah.
But then
Huge.
They sucked.
blew up.
Yeah.
Once-
up after Kurt died.
Once Courtney got rid of Kurt,
Because people paid attention to
dude,
the
that is so much better.
Once Courtney got rid of Kurt.
That was so the Foo Fighters. Just I'm sorry, but Nirvana, so depressing. It was like, look, bro, if I wanted to feel like I did heroin, I would do heroin.
Well, that
Wouldn't
was.
listen to your music.
I mean, that was where the music.
See, I always looked at Alice
No,
in Chains
and like,
that.
and like,
I did
no,
too.
no.
I'm
So
not a
like,
fan.
heroin does
See,
amazing things for
I like
artists.
them now.
Do you?
STP. I'm sorry, but when
It's the same thing.
when
It's the same band.
Weiland was off,
They just changed the name.
no,
The
but
singer.
they got sober for a little period of time. No,
Mm-hmm.
STP jammed because they were doing heroin a lot.
Okay.
Nirvana, so depressing. It was seriously like reading Psalms in the Bible.
I don't know.
I didn't like it. I never liked it.
See, I liked Nirvana more than I liked STP or the other band that's
See,
exactly the
I
same. band.
like when,
Alice in Chains.
No.
and that was the thing. Like when
Yes,
when
terrible.
Nirvana and
Yeah, I didn't like Alice in Chains either.
all my
No, very
buddies.
they reminded me of Nirvana. Like Nirvana reminded me of Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Well, but like yeah, when Nirvana was coming up big big, like, dude, I was so into like Pantera, Metallica,
Yeah. Yeah.
like in like
Heavier shit.
harder, just
Yeah.
like
I
stuff
think
like
when
that.
Nirvana was
Like,
real big, I was in
I
my
never
punk
got
stage.
into
So I
it.
was big into
Yeah.
Offspring and some of this shit.
Okay.
Like I wasn't.
Yeah, dude,
yeah,
Offspring
yeah.
was
Yeah.
a great. Like, I wanted faster, like harder stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and that always got my attention.
Intense. In your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Nirvana
funny
was
because
never-
I'm just not, and it's so funny because I find like I don't know, I think like heavy metal like are just like some of the like most calm people I've met,
They're cool.
and then like you find like some other genres and they're like
Diva as shit.
yeah,
Well, I think it's funny. I like
because intense music is like generally like I don't want to live intense, I just want to listen.
well, it's that switch you flip, right? And I don't know if you have this or you don't have this, but like when I was in the band, I was in the band for years, guitar player and everything else, and we played shows, and I never toured, we never did anything with it, but we played dive bars constantly and all that stuff. It was really, really nice to flip that, like to get on that stage, turn those light boxes on, and stand on that motherfucker and play the intro to some badass song that you thought was badass because you wrote it, and just be that guy. And then you get off the stage. I found that in playing with other metal bands and stuff, I found that the people in the metal bands tend to be a lot cooler than the fans of the metal bands.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure there's another like genre of music that can really mirror that.
Well, like,
I mean, I'd have to look up.
Like, it seemed like the fans seemed to
I'd
be
have
like
to look up the quote,
Angry
but
fuckers.
angry douchebag type.
Well-
where like the bands actually weren't.
Yeah.
We just played this
Cody's
music.
a
Well,
great
but-
example of that.
Well, but dude,
Cody's a good He'll be
it's-
on the podcast too.
it's like you were talking about like fans being worse, and it's like ICP was Shaggy was ripping on people with getting the face tattoos, but even Carrie,
ICP is not a real band. Full disclosure.
but
Going forward.
Carrie,
A posse is more than two people. I'm just saying.
but Carrie King from Slayer
And I
was
will fight
also
them both.
quoted as
At the same time.
I think one of them might be dead. I don't even know.
but
Not confirmed.
like
Fucking sorry, but
you're
ICP.
good.
All right, go on.
But
No, ICP.
but it's one of those things where it's like sometimes the fandom is like worse than the musicians because
Yeah.
like like
those guys
it's-
are douchebags.
okay,
though.
but like
Those guys are douchebags.
well, but,
They
but-
were
well,
whatever.
actually they're they're
What, they're in the bluegrass now?
no.
They called the dude out on the Howard Stern show.
And he
That
showed
dude
up.
showed the
He
fuck
showed
up.
up.
And they couldn't go out for contractual reasons. No, I'm sorry, bro. You call a motherfucker out. You want to throw down, and then there's 2v1, and you're like, no, we can't do it.
I see the celebrity side of it, and no, as a celebrity, I'd never take.
Oh, you can't go out.
But
No,
they called him
you'd
out,
get
though.
sued instantly. It
But
wouldn't matter.
they called him out.
Does-
I
all
understand.
They called him out.
I
I
understand.
get it. I get it.
He's a pussy.
Does-
They're pussies. You don't call
Doesn't
somebody
matter.
out knowing you can't do anything about it just to call them
Nah.
out. I
Well,
get it.
I wouldn't
I get
anyway.
it.
I wouldn't like get the guy down there and then be like back out of the deal.
Does anybody here care about this conversation about the ICP? No. It's
No,
fine.
no one
Fuck
cares
on,
about
fuck.
No, but you were gonna say something about
I hate him.
the
Yes,
fandom.
Yes.
I hate them too.
Because you
I
made
can
the-
also I can also edit rants.
but it's like it's funny because like Slayer.
Yeah.
Carrie King was even said like what is like Slayer fans are some of the worst fans.
Stock fans.
Because you get the guys who are just like Slayer,
Yeah.
only Slayer, only Slayer, and they're like they're the biggest assholes.
Play
ever.
Raining Blood.
Like, and it's just like, dude, there's the super douches, and it's like you get those fandoms like that. Like Slayer fans ruin Slayer for me,
Because you can't just go to the concert and watch Slayer
like-
because
it's
there's
like
all
a-
these douchebags.
and it's like, yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Like you even get like, dude, there's like even super Pantera fans were just like dude, I was a big Pantera fan, but it's like some of these guys are just like they're just fucking assholes, you know. And it's
You
just
walk
like
into the concert, they're like
the band
quizzing you.
can't. The band can't. Help
No,
that
they want to
fucking-
fight.
Yeah, they're just
Well,
like
if you don't know the answer to the quiz,
yeah,
it always starts with the quiz.
Fuck you, man.
It always starts with the quiz, like on their 4th album, what was the 3rd song
Yeah,
and the 5th lyric of that
I have
song?
never.
And you're like, I don't know what you're
I
talking
have
about.
never
They're
been in
like,
a mosh pit. And
you're
couldn't
not a real-
query me.
and you're not a
upon
real
the
Dude,
band
fan.
knowledge.
This guy broke out a fucking like gave me like one of those dot tests and shit, like right in the middle of the pit.
He's like,
Ran
putting
through
ink
the
on
machine.
pages.
You
Dude, I
fill
didn't
in your
even-
circles all the way.
I didn't even have enough
dots.
dots to put my full name
You gotta
in.
die.
Couldn't even put my full name in there. Not enough dots.
That's a vote for Hillary. It just
Fuck
throws it
yeah.
away.
Russian collusion.
Oh,
Universal Confusion Podcast.
Universal Confusion Podcast. I don't know. I mean, we got. Where are we at?
I don't know.
We're at.
Your mom's house.
We're at my mom's house. Hour and 50 minutes. We probably got it. I assume. I got
Yeah.
enough material to piece something together.
Go do the outro.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I did the intro. It's up to you.
we can.
Well, thanks for coming on. We'll talk to you next time. Peace.
That's what we did last time. And we didn't, it was basically like, well, this podcast is over.
Are you as confused as I am? Then you've been watching the Universal Confusion Podcast.
That's actually not a bad outro. So thanks for watching the Universal Confusion Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for watching. This
Justin
was
Luebeck.
Justin Luebeck, also known as Buzz, Luby,
Goral. Justin by himself. And we'll see you next time.
Or will we?